Brad here. So where am I? I'm at the corner of Meaford and Celdford Crescent. So Meaford Drive and Celdford Crescent. So I grew up on Celdford Crescent from 67 till 78, 77, 78. And this is where I didn't know until recently. I was talking to Brad Freiheit that a certain person was really influential, like early in music for me and Brad and for other people on the street. So I'm gonna turn the phone here. I'm gonna go to Brad Freiheit's house. So there's Brad Freiheit's house. I think that was Sean Bricker lived there. Anyways, me and Brad used to play down here with bikes and stuff. And in the door there, like in the evening sometimes, or just during, like dinner time or whatever, or could be on the weekend, Mr. Freiheit would come out that door, open the door, and yell at Brad and his brother and Barry. I don't know his middle brother, but his older brother Barry. And he would yell something out. It was alien to me, but it was in German. And I thought he was always mad, but really what was just speaking in German. I think that Brad's parents came here from Germany. I don't know if his brothers or he was born in Germany. But anyways, that's where it started. But anyways, you hear the story about Rob Weir in this house here. And he was a fanatic with records and stuff. And when we were really young, I was probably in 73, so I would have been 6 years old. And I didn't know anything back then about music. Like, I was listening to AM radio. Hang on, I'm gonna turn the phone here. I was listening to AM radio back then and listening to like the Bay City Rollers. You'd have a 45, you put on a Fisher Price record player, SATURDAY night. That was the kind of stuff we were listening to on Chime FM, which is still, no, it's Chime AM. It's turned to Chime FM now. But anyways, we'll go back to this. Rob Weir used to sit us kids down, and this must have been 73, 70. The only reason I remember it, because I was so young, is the heartbeat at the beginning of the album from Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. And so he would sit down a bunch of us kids and turn the lights down, and he had these speakers that were flat and tall. And he would say, shh, sit down and listen. And so we did, we were kids. And he put the whole album on, and we would listen to the whole thing. And it was crazy. I just remember the feelings of it. That happened more than once, but that's what I remember. We lived in behind over here. The street goes around here. And so Rob used to put his speakers out and play music, like FM related kind of music, like classic, well, it's classic rock now, but then it was new, like Paul McCartney and stuff like that. And that's the kind of where I would hear that kind of music coming from to our backyard. Anyways, Rob Weir was really, I guess, I was talking to Brad about it, super influential in growing up. We just didn't know it till later. And I think that, let me go here. I used to come down here with our bike, because that was a hill, right? And come all the way around down to here. I don't remember me and Brad ever doing anything we were told to do. We were troublemakers. At least I was anyway. I was always in trouble for something. It's never changed. I don't remember Sean playing drums back then, but maybe he was. I don't know. He was most certainly a character, that's for sure, and he still is. So one of the things about growing up at that time on the street was, I don't know if it happens now, because I don't know, I never had a family, but our parents would have been born in the 30s and 40s, and one of the things that was common on the street was children were everything. Like, parents had children and it was their lives. So a lot of care went into making sure we were taken care of, stable lives. So it would be nothing for, say, my mom was working late or dad couldn't get home, we would just go over to somebody else's house at Steffi's and have dinner there, so that we were always taken care of. And if anything I remember the most is that love, you know, in the community. And again, it's because the parents here, you know, the children were everything. And also education was really important, like totally important. Anyway, without knowing it, and I just had talked to Brad about the other night, is that Rob Weir was a real influence on music on us, but we just didn't know at the time. I didn't know it was Pink Floyd. I didn't learn till much later in my life. He would have played other stuff back from that era. Probably Yes, were really big prog rock bands. The Rush wouldn't have been out yet. That would have been too early. But I most certainly remember Pink Floyd. And just it wasn't so much that I remember the songs, it's the feelings. And Ra was really respectful to young people because he would have been 16 or 17 at that time. And so it was just a great experience because he had great people nurturing us. Anyway, that's a quick story from the road with Brad Fryheit and me on Chelford and Meaford. Alright, see ya.